Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Okay, y'all, so as some of you may or may not have heard already, I'm sure you may have, but Alpo Martinez, the notorious ex-drug kingpin, has been shot and killed in the early mornings of October 31st, Halloween, around 3:28 in the morning in Harlem. Now, it's been reported that he was coming from a local club when suspects pulled up, opening a hail of fire during the drive-by shooting. Alpo was hit a bunch of times in his chest and was rushed to a local hospital where he later died as a result of his injuries. Now, I did a video covering this already, so this could be like a little update. But at the same time, I want to piggyback off what QueenzFlip said in his video because he made a few good points that I'm kind of interested in. Now, I've seen people tagging QueenzFlip left and right because Flip is actually one of the guys when it came to the blogging world that was able to have some type of like close relationship with Alpo and got to ask him a few questions that the streets really wanted to know. You know, this is one of the reasons why I was waiting for QueenzFlip especially to respond. Now, he also included a never before heard phone recording of him and Alpo. So I'm going to pin a link to his video in the comment section so y'all could check it out yourselves if you're interested, you know, and we're going to get into all that, man. And I want to talk about a few things I've noticed grown men doing concerning Alpo's death that I'm a little iffy about. I can't even lie. And I also want to hear y'all opinion on this whole Alpo murder and the things y'all been peeping as well. You know, let's have a real discussion about this, y'all. All right. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And I swear, it's lit here. So join one of the latest games on YouTube so you can stay updated with some of the realest content. Now let's get straight into it. Also, if you haven't followed us yet on our official Instagram page, please do so now at hookah_anonymous_. Now with YouTube and their crazy restrictions, we can't say anything too crazy on here, but we could be a little more expressive on the Instagram page. So make sure y'all check it out. Also, there will be a Patreon coming soon as some of you requested, but you know, one thing at a time, man. Also, shout out to everyone that donated via Cash App to the channel. I appreciate it no matter the amount. I don't have the names right now, but you know who you are, and it's definitely appreciated. But okay, y'all, let's get into what y'all came here for, right? And also keep in mind that these are just my opinions. You know, we all have them. You don't have to agree, but this is why a healthy debate, a healthy discussion is usually always held in the comments below, so y'all can let us, everybody, know how you truly feel, and you know, we have a healthy conversation. Now, if y'all kept up with the first video, right, I already explained that there was going to be a bunch of people celebrating this man's death as soon as the news fully got out that Alpo was in fact killed in Harlem, right? But it's a few things that kind of threw me off, you know, it kind of threw me for a loop, right? And here's one. If Alpo himself did anything to you or somehow caused some type of destruction to your family, whether it was through death or prison, I could see how seeing him get killed may put certain people at ease. You know, it's like justice to them. But that the fact that some of you are celebrating another man's death like it's a trend, or like you was even around the days this man was out doing what he was doing and celebrating like you had something to do with it, that's lame. I'm sorry, I'll be the first one to say it. Of course, a lot of people are not going to touch this subject because, you know, it's a touchy subject with Alpo having the past that he has with the snitching, the murders. But I'm a person that loves to talk logic. I'm a person that loves common sense. And as I'm looking, some of them people who celebrate his death are the same people who were scared to meet with Alpo when he was alive, even though he tried to meet up with some of these same people. If you ever said anything foul about Alpo when he wasn't home, and then when he came home, he called you out and you didn't do nothing, you didn't try to go see that man and express whatever you had to say, you get no respect. Don't wait until this man pass away. You want to celebrate like you had some type of involvement in it. That's lame. Now, no, I didn't know Alpo. No, I don't agree with him becoming a federal informant. No, I don't agree with him flaunting around New York like he didn't put good people away. And no, I don't agree with him having his best friend murdered. No, I don't agree with how he did what he did to Demencio, right? However, I'm not going to ride the bandwagon all because it's a trend. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. It's something about dissing the dead or celebrating death that don't sit right with me no matter who it is, man. If y'all been on this platform long enough, y'all know that. I don't care who it is. Everybody love glorifying the mob but don't want to follow the mafia and code. When the mob whacks somebody, they ain't celebrating in the public. You don't see these men out making Instagrams, all that weird stuff. You're supposed to move in silence. That's how you last long. And it's funny because even in Alpo's death, he could be a testimony to what I just said. Move in silence. Had he stayed low key, had he stayed out the way, maybe the tables wouldn't be turned how they turn now. Now, as far as Wayne Perry's family, right? The Demencio family, the Rich Porter family, I could understand if they celebrated, right? Because this man caused a lot of real pain to their families, as well as whoever was affected by this man while he was in the streets. But for all the outsiders that was never even around while things was going on back in the days, how can y'all fix yourself to say anything or make it seem like you at ease or you had justice when you had nothing to do with nothing? You see what I'm saying? Just riding the bandwagon. You got Lil TJ, the rapper, the kid from the Bronx, talking about smoking on Alpo. This kid was nowhere even around when Alpo was in these streets, man. He wasn't even thought of. So what he smoking on Alpo for? But you know why? It's a trend. You see what I'm saying? It's a trend to act like you hate Alpo and talk about him being a rat. It's a trend to act like you care so much. You don't even, you didn't know that man. He did nothing to you or anybody you know or anybody in your family, but guess what? His name comes with a lot of clout. His name comes with a lot of views. People know that. This is why a lot of YouTubers, a lot of bloggers, while he was locked up, they was mentioning his name a lot. You know what's funny? A lot of people thought he wasn't going to come out. That's what it was. A lot of people thought Alpo was going to die in jail. So they was using his name to get views, right? And as I'm sitting back, I realized a lot of these guys, they didn't really want smoke with Alpo. You know, not saying he's this or that. I'm just realizing that a lot of people didn't have a problem with Alpo. They just wanted to mention his name to get views because they thought that he would never see the light of day. But when he came out, you know, they can't sit there and back down. They got to stand on their square, because if not, they're not going to look like the quote unquote real person that they portrayed to be. So irregardless of anything, they had to make it look like they had a problem. They had to make it, stand firm on their square. But in fact, a lot of these guys did not have problems with Alpo. His name was just trendy. His name came with a lot of views, and people know that. This is why this man would walk around, put his arm around certain people, y'all know who, and they didn't have that same type of energy. This man is taking pictures with his arm around certain individuals, and y'all are the same people that was talking malice on this man's name. Where was that energy? And like I said, man, y'all also got to understand, some of you who, the snitch this, the snitch that, a lot of people kept his name relevant. He didn't keep his name relevant. The mere fact that everybody wanted to talk about this man is what kept his name relevant. That's the crazy part about it. from the Paid in Full movie, once people like really got, you know, an understanding of who they felt Alpo was through Cameron's character, Rico. Some people fell in love with the mystique. Some people fell in love with the, you know, with the fast life that was surrounding his name. But like I said, man, a lot of us kept his name alive, even though we felt he was a snitch or whatever the case may be, right? But one thing I'm gonna say is this. Excuse me. One thing I'm gonna say is this. Watch how you wish death upon people, because death has a weird way of coming back to you 10 times stronger when you do that. You know, and it's clear that whoever did this hit wanted Alpo dead for sure. If you ask me, it definitely had to be some type of information given out about Alpo's whereabouts. Someone definitely dropped his location, because else not, how? You know, whenever somebody's killed coming from somewhere late night like that, usually it's because someone got the drop on them. I'm not just talking about in Alpo situation. I'm speaking in general. At least that's how I feel. 3 in the morning, who's really lurking at 3 in the morning? Now, it's either an altercation transpired within the club or, you know, somewhere within that area that spilled out, and, you know, maybe he was killed that way, but judging from how they said things went down, that was not the case in this situation. It was a drive-by shooting. It was a planned attack. You know, and QueenzFlip made a good point, right? He said he thinks that Alpo actually wanted to go. For one, he got out the witness protection program and decided that he was going to come back to Harlem. He decided that he was going to go to all the big events where he knew people was going to be there. You can't control a room full of thousands of people. But here this man is going wherever he wants. You don't know who's going to be where, no nothing. And to be honest with you, I don't think he cared. I think this plays into the scenario of QueenzFlip when he says this man wanted to go, especially after losing his mother. I don't think he didn't have much left in him, man. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't hiding. Either you brave or you just don't care. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, understand that a lot of these guys that we may know as savages, killers, drug dealers, scammers, snitches, hitmen, whatever you want to call them, keep in mind that these guys still have family and friends out here that see them in a different light than we do. So while you sitting there celebrating, just know that there's also people out there that's willing to ride and die for them as well. Killer and all, scammer and all, snitch and all, whatever you want to label them. There's people that's glad about Alpo's death, but then there's people that's also mad. There's people that's also sad over his death as well. Just as much people that was there that hated this man, there's some people that loved him as well. You know what I mean? Still had kids, still had friends. Keep that in mind, y'all. Now, QueenzFlip asked during this video, he said, what kept Alpo going back? As in, what kept Alpo going back to his old neighborhood where he knows that a lot of people didn't like him and wanted him gone? And I feel that it's simple. It's a simple answer. Pride. Simply pride. That's it. Alpo had a point to prove, and not to mention, he felt like Harlem was his. He felt like it was still like back in the days. And a lot of OGs make this same mistake. They think that just because they ran a certain area back in the day, that when they return from a prison sentence or wherever they come from, that everything will be the same. The love is going to be the same, but it's not. And a lot of times, even the love you do get is fake love. You see what I'm saying? You got the group of people that was around when he was, that's either working regular jobs now and live a straight and narrow life, or they either dead or in jail. The demographic change is different. Now you got a whole different era of people. It's a bunch of young dudes who don't care about no OG. It's a bunch of young dudes that they trying to make a name for themselves now as well. Especially if you have the title of being a snitch on you. Then it just goes however it goes. But when you ask what made Alpo keep coming to Harlem, I think personally it was his pride. Just proving a point and letting people know that he can do it. But in doing so, the people who he hurt had to see him having a ball, living his best life, still driving around cars, Dior this, designer clothes that. Of course they ain't like that. So here we are. And I don't know how his and AZ relationship was prior to his death. But I wonder how AZ is feeling right now, man. Because they was once friends at a time as well. They made money. You know, they went through certain experiences together. Whether you mad at somebody or not, when somebody dies, that's a big thing. And AZ is a dude that's full of wisdom. So like I said, I wonder how he feels right now about this whole thing, man. And for the youth that may be watching this, let this be a lesson to y'all as well. The streets isn't something you want to be a part of. I don't care how much they glorify it, they glamorize it, however they make it look. I don't care how much money you see. I don't care how much cars, women. Guess what? There's guys in the tech industry or guys selling digital product on the internet right now living just like your favorite drug dealer, living just like your favorite rapper, if not better. Look into that. You do not want this lifestyle. This man balled out for a small portion of his life, had the best life for a small period of time, right? Got locked up in 1991, did 35 years in jail, came home and only been home for about 6 years, and then he was murdered. So y'all tell me what part of that sounds fun to you. Did he even really get to enjoy life? Mother died, people died. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments below, man. Like I said, celebrating anybody's death, it's not a thing for me, but to each his own. As far as the families that was affected by Alpo while he was out in the streets, I understand. Anybody else, it looks weird. I'm sorry. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments about this, man. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.